Hey YouTube, this is Rescue Spark Fan 62. Here is Dollywood. What do they need? Now, please know this is just my opinion. If you have a different opinion, that is totally fine. Now first is I would have this in two places, but a sign that talks about what rides are closed for the day. So it can be like an LED sign or a sign that says like rides that will be closed today, and then you have either like cards or something like that. The first place I would put one is right as you are in paying to park. So you see the sign that says, you know, parking this amount, this amount, this amount, this amount. And then next to that, they could put a sign that says like rides that are closed today. And then if there's nothing, they could just have a card that says like none. And then the other place I would suggest it is probably coming into security, have it hanging down. And then as well as something like at Kings Island, they have this as you're coming in, where on their TV screens it says like rides that are closed today, and then this amount. So they could easily do that with the ticket offices. So on the screen, and then have a thing at the bottom, let's say that says close rides that are closed today, and then list it. Instead of you coming in, you're going to your favorite ride or a ride that you've heard a lot about, and then you go to it and you're like, oh, type thing. Now, the next thing is more shade slash areas to cool down in the summer. There are parts of the park where, especially when you go in like July and August, where you almost feel like you're cooking. And they need to have something where it's a building you can go into and just cool down for a minute. So that is another thing. The next thing I would suggest would be more flat rides as well. And some like thrill type flat rides. So something like a Zamberla Discovery, which is like one of those pendulum style rides, or a Zamperla Endeavor, which is the like a traditional enterprise style ride. Something like that would be good, just so you have the thrill seekers, and then as well you still have stuff like, a lot of the family based attractions. So that way you have stuff for everybody. The next thing I would suggest would be, I don't know how this would go, but it would be something like more healthier based foods. Because I know places like Front Porch Cafe have certain healthier based foods, as well as some others, but even a place like Red's Diner. Obviously, I don't know how their kitchen is, as far as like, deep fryers and whatever they use to cook the burgers on and all of that. But I'm saying like maybe have another grill for something like a Beyond Burger or something in that ballpark. Because there are people who don't eat beef, which is fine. But that gives them an option to still have a hamburger, but it's a more plant-based. Personally, for me, I am not too big into those like Beyond Burgers and all of that. So it's one of those things where um, it's good for the people who need it, and if you don't need it, you don't have to order it. Um, Another thing that would be kind of neat would be a Coca-Cola style building where you can try different drinks, sort of like what they have at Disney, um, or different, or like test drinks or something like that. Something like that would be kind of neat. And it's one of those things where it'd be different and such. Um, Next would probably be expand the bakery a little bit or do something, because the bakery unfortunately gets such large crowds to where the line goes right out the door. Especially during the summer months, during pumpkins, during Christmas, all of that time, it tends to get such long lines, and especially if you don't go there right as they open in the mornings, the line can get long extremely fast. Now, luckily, the people inside there get you in and out, but it's nonstop. The next thing would probably be more misters as well, just because you just get so hot and the sun's beating down on you and everything. That would help. And I would also have to say, it would also be kind of neat to have like cameras, sort of like what you see with parks like Kings Island and all that, so where you can at home see like what the crowds are like or what's going on when they're closed or something like that. So I want to hear from you. Do you have anything you would like to add? Do you agree with what I say? Do you disagree with what I say? Put it down below.